Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss about oscillators in our coursework of analog circuits. Let's get started with the oscillator. As we all know, the oscillators are made up by taking a positive feedback, which means the output sample which is fed back to the input signal is additive in nature, and hence we have Vf which is equals to beta V0, and the gain can be written as V0 by Vs, where Vs is the source voltage is equals to A upon 1 minus A beta. This particular expression also gives us an idea how the oscillators are designed. The oscillators are designed on concept of Bark-Hussein criteria, which states that for oscillation we require A beta is equals to 1 and should have a positive feedback. Now we will talk about some of the oscillator circuit. Simply, we can define the oscillator as an oscillator is an electronic circuit which converts DC signal into AC signal. The use of the oscillator circuit is basically in clock input for CPU and DSP chips, local oscillator for radio receiver, mobile receivers, etc. And it is also used as a signal generator in the lab. Also, it can be used as clock input for analog digital and digital to analog converters. Now, we will see the concept behind the oscillator. We have already discussed the positive feedback is used for design of the oscillator. If the feedback signal is not positive, the gain will be less than unity and our oscillation will dampen out. And if the gain is higher than unity, then only the oscillation saturates. The type of oscillators are RC oscillator, which comprises of resistor and capacitor, which have certain types which can be classified as certain types such as phase shift and Wien-Bridge oscillator. Second type is LC oscillator, which is made up of inductor and capacitors. Some of the type of LC oscillator are Colpitts and Hartley oscillator, and last of our type is crystal oscillator. Now we will have some insight into the RC oscillator. Since we know the RC circuit, that is a capacitor and the resistor, will be having a output voltage will be equals to R upon R minus JXC into V input, and the phase will be phi equals to tan inverse XC upon R. If phi is equals to 0 degree and XC is equals to 0, and if phi is equals to 90 if R is equals to 0. However, adjusting R to 0 is impractical because it would lead to no voltage across R. Thus, in the RC circuit, the phase shift is always lesser than or equals to 90 and is a function of frequency. So, to get a 180-degree phase shift from the feedback network, we need 3 RC circuit. So, we can see that the RC oscillator will be comprising of 3 RC circuits. Now, this particular circuit is built by using an inverting amplifier and a 3 RC circuit, and this particular whole circuit is known as phase shift oscillator. The phase shift of 180 degree is obtained at the frequency f, where f is given as 1 upon 2 pi RC under root 6. This slide gives us a more insight into the RC phase shift oscillator, in which we have labeled the various nodes of the RC phase shift oscillator and applied KVL to these nodes. At the node 1 and node 2, we are having the value of V1 at the node V1, and at the node V2, we are having the value of voltage drop V2 and the current I2. At the last, we can have the output frequency omega is equals to 1 upon RC under root 6 by putting the output voltage being a real rather than being imaginary. So we put the imaginary part equals to 0 and obtain the output or the resonant frequency of the RC phase shift oscillator. Now next of our oscillator type is Wien bridge oscillator. Here we can see that the feedback network is a lead lag circuit having R1C1 form the lag portion and R2C2 form the lead portion. Hence, the feedback network provides 0-degree phase shift. The analysis for Wien bridge oscillator has been described here. Here we have defined Xc1 and Xc2 being 1 upon omega C1 and 1 upon omega C2 respectively. Having the value of Z1 and Z2, we can find out the value of the feedback factor beta for the Wien bridge oscillator. For the Bark-Hussein criteria, we will put imaginary part equals to 0 and hence obtain the value of the resonant frequency, which will be 1 upon under root R1 R2 into C1 C2. And if we have the value of resistors such as R1 is equals to R2 equals to R, then we see that the beta is dependent on R and Xc value as the formula shown on the slide. At this frequency, the beta is equals to 1 upon 3 and the phase shift is equals to 0. So, due to the Bark-Hussein criteria, the gain A beta being equals to 1, where AV is the gain of the amplifier. Putting this beta into the equation A beta equals to 1, we have AV is equals to 3, which is equals to 1 upon RF by R1, and hence find out that RF by R1 should be equals to 2. Thank you for patiently